Okay, so no one asked for this, but part two is here, and from me again, because me, I made this. This is not original, remember? Okay, fair warning again. Blood mentions of blood, gore, disturbing things, suicidal thoughts, suicide things, cut, yeah, depression, murder, kidnapping, cussing, a lot of stuff. And it will be going through all the things, and I'm sorry if you hear me shut my door. Yeah, I don't want anyone disturbing me while I record this. Kind of awkward to explain to my mom that I'm recording this. Okay, anyways. Yeah, this is happening again. Um, thank you for my new subscriber. Hoping everyone is having a wonderful time right now. And if you're not, I am very sorry, and I hope it'll get better. Anyways, get on with the video. Okay, so as I said before, you are, I don't know, it's now the morning. You go to school because it's now Tuesday. So you walk into school and you see this guy that you haven't seen before, other than at the grab and go. I forgot to mention that you saw him at the grab and go. Whoops, last video. Anyways, you see him at the grab and go, and you saw him at the grab and go, and you didn't say anything. But now you're kind of curious. You're gonna walk up. You walk up. Ugh. Okay, you're kind of curious now. So you walk up to him and you ask him for his name. And of course, I'm gonna voice you because I don't know. Yeah. Hey, I saw you at the grab and go. What's your name again? And he looks down at you because you're short. You're now me. Feel the pain. Anyways, he looks down at you and he's like, Vance Hopper. And then he walks away. He snarled before he walked away, by the way. So you're like, oh, how rude. I should beat him up. And then you're like, but that wouldn't make a good impression. It's my second day and I shouldn't do that. So, just walk away. And you find Vinny and Robin, and you walk up to them, and you three are talking. Time skip is now lunch, because I'm not voicing that much stuff. So it's now lunch. You three go to lunch, because you have the same period before lunch. You put your stuff in the locker, you all three go lunch, and you see Vance Hopper again. And you walk up to him, and you ask if you can sit next to him. And he's like, I'm going into the grab and go. You're not coming with me. And he walks away, again snarling at you. And you're like, what a snob. And then Robin's like, what the fuck? And you're like, what? And he's like, that's Vance Hopper, the strongest guy in school. By the way, this is before the grabber got anyone. Pretty sure his first victim was Griffin or Paperboy, Billy. I don't know. Anyway, so it's like, that's Vance Hopper, the strongest guy in the school. And you're like, he doesn't look very strong. Kind of cute though. And Roman's like, I'm gonna beat him up. And Finny walks after him like, no, don't do that. No, you're gonna get yourself killed. And then you're just alone. So you sit down at a table. You packed yourself to lunch because, yeah, you actually don't like the food at school. I do. It's the only food I can afford. I'm poor. Just kidding. Anyways, you sit down and You start munching on your sandwich. Pack yourself a PB&J or whatever the hell your favorite sandwich is. So, you sit down, you eat your favorite sandwich, and a guy comes up. You don't know who it is because you don't pay attention enough. So you look up, and boom, boom, it's Moose. But you don't know his name yet because, you know, it's your second day at school. Why would you know? So you stare at him, and then you're done swallowing your food, and you stare at him more intensely than before and ask, "Do you need something?" And he stares at you and is like, "Can we sit here?" And you're like, "I mean, I guess. No one else is sitting here since my friend decided to run off." So he sits down, and his gang sits at the other table, staring intensely. By the way, you are like the prettiest person, a beautiful, handsome, gorgeous person in school right now. So, like, everybody has a crush on you. I'm inspired by a Danganronpa thing. Don't ask. I don't know. I mean, you could if the comments actually work. They worked on the last one, which was good. Anyways, so you ask him why he wanted to sit next to you, and he's like, just wanted to. And then Robin and Finney come back, and Vance is behind them, chasing them. And they run, and then you stand in front of Vance and like, stop it. And Vance is like, what are you gonna do, punk? And you look at him with this glare, fucking glare that would kill anyone. And then Vance is like, whatever, doll, I'm out. And yes, he did call you doll, and you blushed a bit, but you shook it off as him just being a dick. So you walk up to Finney and Robin and ask if they're okay, and they say they're fine. Then you go back to sit down next to Moose, and Finney's like, shit. Robin stares at Moose with a glare, and Moose stares with a smirk. And then Moose proceeds to hug you. And that makes Robin and Finney both flare up with anger, like they're about to commit a crime. Not a crime, just one mention of crime. Wow. Anyways, so they walk up to Moose, pull him out of his chair, bitch, they don't want to have anything to do with him, and sit down where he was sitting down. Of course, they threw his food at him. I don't like him. So then those two sit next to you and like start talking about other things. And you're like, okay? And then Moose proceeds to drag Finney off his chair. This is gonna turn into a fight scene. Oh god. We're only 8 minutes in this video? Oh my god. And there's already a fight. Okay. Anyways. So he proceeds to beat him up. You jump up, grab Moose by his collar, and you tell him. Also, the collar of his shirt, not a collar. He doesn't wear a collar. You dumbasses. Anyways, you proceed to stare at him like you're about to commit 30 crimes in a night while drinking alcohol. So you stare at him like you're about to do something crazy, and he's like, I'm sorry. And you drop him. And before you let him run off, you punch him in the back of his head, and he starts bleeding. And he runs away crying. Because, yeah. Anyways, Yes, I know this timeline doesn't make sense because Vance should probably be dead and Bruce should be like kidnapped and stuff and dead. But my timeline. I don't care what you think. Kind of. Whatever. Anyways. So he runs away screaming and crying and Robin's like, hell yes. Penny is just sitting there like you just became a god or goddess. I don't know your gender. That's why it's called gender neutral. YN listener. YN listener. Yeah. Anyways. So then you three sit down, back down, and start eating. Time skip. You're going home and stuff, and you're bored as hell. So you grab the phone, you call Finney, because he's the closest to your house. He asks if you could come over, and he's like, can I come over to your house instead? And you're like, sure, why not? And so, like a minute later, you hear a knock, and boom, boom, it's Finney. So, you open the door, you let him in, and he asks if he can stay the night. And you're like, sure, why not? I don't really care. Your guardian probably doesn't. I mean, your mom. Your mom. Not your guardian. Also, note, your dad just went to jail. I don't know. Pretty sure he hit a kid with a car or something. I don't know. Anyways, turn on the news and that's what you see, and you're like, what? And you start crying, and Finney comforts you on the couch, and he's like, oh no, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. Gets up, goes into your kitchen. He grabs something, walks out. Also, his bag is in the kitchen because that's where he left it. I don't know. He comes out, and there's a photo. Or a card. You couldn't really tell. Since your eyes were so watery, everything was so blurry. You look at him, and he gives you the card. And you, down at it, says, from Finney to listener. You open it, there's a card inside. You open that card, and it says, will you go on a date with me? And you stare at Finney, and then start crying even more, and smile. And you say yes. Okay, well, that's where I'm gonna end it, because, yeah, video was the same length as the other one, but yeah. Bye! I don't have any bloopers for you.